Hey, what's up, everybody? First of all, I certainly hope everybody's doing safe, especially your older family members during this really effed up time. It feels so stupid to talk about Avid videos and Avid editing, but life goes on, I guess, right? We got to keep moving. So I do these videos on the side. It's for like a YouTube channel about an American football team called the New York Jets, and they just signed some new players for free agents. But imagine I was at a work location making this video, and I need to take this footage home, and I really need to edit it there. So what I have here, in a sense, imagine you could have 500 clips. It doesn't really matter, but I have 5 clips of these videos, sort of After Effects little things, and I have one piece of music. And what I did was I went to my special custom bin views. I have a video on this, and I went to Drive so I could see very easily what drive these clips are on. What would I do? How would I get this onto another portable USB drive, SSD drive, whatever you want to call it? Take that drive home and work with this footage, work with this sequence in a sense. Here's actually what I would do first. I would make a new bin and I would call this Jets BT Home. All right, so I opened a new bin, and in this case, let's say I alt drag this all into the new bin. So my master, I would change the name to and call this BT Home just to separate for it. Let's say I were going back to work and I don't want to confuse the two. So I don't need this bin anymore. And we'll go to my custom drive here, which drive we have here. And what I'm going to do here is highlight these 6 clips. And what I'm going to do now is go to Clip, Consolidate, and Transcode. Bring that over here, and let's look at this window. So transcoding is more used for proxies or changing the file format, the video resolution, things like that. In Consolidate, it's really more about changing what drive Avid sees these clips as. So in this case, I'm going to use this drive called BT Passport. I don't know, it's like a WD My Passport drive. That's why I named it that. I could have named it something like BT Bring Home Drive. Something like that, but it's BT Passport. And this is the portable drive I'm going to take home all this footage in. So how am I going to do that? I have Consolidate set. It says Consolidate only link media. I'm not going to do anything with that. Delete original media files when done. I'm not going to do that. And that's really it. You have this option to run in the background, which means you can edit while you're consolidating thousands and thousands of clips. So what I'm doing here is I'm consolidating these 6 clips from the BT Work drive to the BT Passport drive. So now I'm going to hit Consolidate, and you're going to get this menu right here. It's going to ask you to keep the master clips, which are these original 6 clips, keep them linked to the original drive, which gets cut off here, or relink them to the new drive, the Passport drive. So in most cases like this, I almost always want to keep it linked to the original drive. I want to be able to bring this footage back to work, even though God knows with this stupid virus situation, you may never need to do that. But let's work with this as if you are going to bring it back to work, and I'll show that in the video. I'm going to hit OK, and now it's going to start consolidating. And what you're seeing up here is it is actually one at a time. It is bringing up the new clip, naming it .new01, saying here is the new drive this new clips are associated with. Okay, so it's done consolidating, and again, what we have here are the same 6 clips. Now, here's one of the biggest things, whatever. So I'm going to go to my computer now. I have this BT Passport drive, and it has the Avid media files. These files are useless without the bin. If I go to my home separate Avid and I don't open this bin and bring the bin with it, it's meaningless to have the clips. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do, even though this is BT Passport, I'm going to bring over this bin. Okay, so I have the bin, I have the media files, I have it on my portable drive, and imagine I'm taking this BT Passport drive out of my work computer, driving an hour and a half to Long Island, driving home, and now I'm going to open this bin in a new project without the work drive, right? Because I'm not connected to these work drives at all, and we'll see what happens. All right, so now I'm back in theory on my home computer with my new drive. I set up a new project, and I'm going to open the bin that I brought from work. I'm going to copy and paste this to my desktop. Again, it probably overkill, but I just don't want to mess up the original bin here. And you'll see I don't even want to mess up this bin. You know, things happen when Avid, relinking and all that. I want to have copies of the original bin. So I'm back in Avid, and now I'm going to open the bin I just put on my desktop. Okay, so I have this bin. Remember, this is the bin on my desktop. In theory, I want to get it into where I normally have my Avid projects and stuff. I don't want to really be editing or working with this. So again, I'm going to alt drag this into a bin that this is in my home computer's BT Avid projects. This is where it's going here, okay? I named this BTB. I don't know why I came up with this. It means bring back to work. I don't know what BTB means, but this is, for whatever reason, that's stuck in my head, and that's what I usually do with these things. So let's look at this bin again, and let's go switch to drive, and let's see what happens when I double-click it right. Everything is offline. Avid is like, I know this sequence, and I saw this before, and everything is connected to the BT work drive. Let's switch that up. Everything is connected to your work drive. All this footage is on this drive that I don't even see anymore. You're not connected to this work drive. You're not connected to this Elements drive where the music was. Avid's like, I don't know where this media is, and it's why it's red, and it's all offline. So how are we going to connect this all back is what we're going to do is relink it. So I'm going to highlight these 6 offline clips, and I'm going to go to Clip, Relink. And what's going to happen here is, I do this all the time. So, you know, if you hit OK and get one of these error messages, good. This error message comes up. No, this is actually super annoying to read. But if you actually read it, it actually does work. Deselect this one, deselect this one. So I know from just experience, I'm not going to go over each one. But if I wanted to relink, what I usually do, I uncheck this one, relink only to media from the current project. Yes, I'm looking at all available drives. And over here is the big one. It's sort of any video format. I don't know why, even though it probably is the format is correct, but this seems to work well with Avid. And now I'm going to hit OK. And what's going to happen is everything just popped up. Everything here just changed. Avid saw that this media is the same as this media, and it said, all right, I'm going to make this media from the BT Passport drive too. Okay? So now imagine this was an hour documentary, and I'm working from home, and it's the Jets free agent video, and you know, we changed the order of these clips, and we shortened this section, and we changed the VO, and now I have a whole new sequence, right? And I'm going to call this, you know, the BT Home version 2 or something like that. And again, remember, you could copy 2 bins at a time. If you want to work in the master at home, I should have made a copy of that to begin with, probably, right? And let's say for whatever reason, this is the finished cut. We changed the order, we shortened the whole piece, and now I'm going to bring it back to work. Let's bring that in there. Make sure you got the sequence with the clips. Okay, I'm going to save, and this Jet Free Agent video BTB is now something I want to bring back to that passport drive, right? Okay, so now in theory, I'm back at work in that original project that I was working on. I'm going to copy and paste that onto my desktop. I'm going to open that bin. I did it wrong, actually. I opened the bin before I took out the passport drive. So now Avid even looked at it and said, oh, everything's connected to passport now. But now I'm back at work. I don't want to work off the passport drive. So that was like kind of a good mistake, good thing to think about again. When you bring the drive back to work, as soon as you copy over that bin to your desktop, you want to take out the drive. So now, in a sense, everything's offline, but it's associated with work, but no problem, because we're going to relink it to the BT work drive, right? Because now we're back at work. So I'm going to hit relink. Same thing, I'm going to click off this relink thing. I'm going to go here to any video format. It's going to look at all the available drives, including this work drive that it sees there. And it will, Avid is awesome, it will find the media in such a short amount of time. I really hope it will, and it should just pop right up. It says it's relinking, and there it is. So there it is. It popped right up. And in this case, it left the old media there. So I had to do an extra step there because I didn't remove the home drive, in a sense, when I was back at work. But now let's see. I have the two sequences, right? I have this version I made at home where this guy's first, and we made it a lot shorter. It's only a 13-second video. And I had the original that I was working at work with the music went 2 minutes, and it started with this guy. So there is a not so brief example of how I take video from work, take it home, and actually bring it back to. So again, all I can say is I really hope everybody stays safe, especially your parents and your grandparents through this virus situation. I hope to be making more videos, have more time. I'm home now to be making more videos, and so hopefully you'll stay tuned, subscribe. Beer is always good for the apocalypse. I have a couple of cases in reserve, and I will, every time I go out, I try to get a little more, just in case. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.